All right, YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Jack. I did this a little while ago. I'm not sure how long ago. It's been probably been like a month and a half, 2 months. But now that we've been here for about 3 to 4 months into the game, I figured why not update the matchup list? And I think I may do this over time as my opinions change about the game. So I figured why not do this and give you guys up to date what I think of Juri's matchups are. Of course, you know, Juri is even. Although this matchup is it can be so one touch almost type feel where like if a Juri player snowballs, it's a win-win, or it's a win for them. If you're the Juri player who EX fireballs against an EX fireball and they drive rush, you actually lose that exchange, funny enough. So it's very annoying for Juri to fight Juri because she technically doesn't have an answer for EX fireball unless it's a CA. Ryu, I think Ryu's even, nothing too crazy there. I mean, Ryu has a strong firewall game, and of course Juri would not many anti firewall tools, more so absorbing firewall tools. I think that it's okay for her. Really more so annoying, but not as much as like, you know, Chun-Li or Luke. We'll get that into that later. Luke, I think Luke is even. Some people will think Luke wins only because his firewall hits you before your slow firewall, but you gotta think about it like this, where your firewall necessarily doesn't dissipate while you get hit, and also your buttons are probably equal to his. He doesn't really have, you know, nothing too crazy from 5 to 6 if you played that, or if this is your first time. He generally is not like nothing too crazy, just a better Ryu in a sense. Jamie, I think Juri wins this. I'm not sure where to put it though. For now, I'll put slightly. I'm not sure if it's a 6-4 matchup. I've ran into more and more Jamies and played more and more Jamies. You could be more aware against Jamie, especially on his drink, because he has dive kick to avoid fireball. And then when he has another drink, he can break dance. But other than that, I'm not particularly too afraid of Jamie. It's more so he has to come to you than you go to him. I do believe that this matchup definitely is fair for her, just a neutral and overall game plan. I think it's pretty solid. Jamie won't necessarily surprise you. More so, it depends on how crazy they are, because I've seen some crazy Jamies out there. Yeah, Jamie, I don't know. For now, I'm not sure where to put him, but I'm pretty sure Juri wins it. Chun-Li, a lot of Juri players come to my chat, be like, "Oh, this matchup feels rough. This matchup is annoying." I think it's literally Street Fighter 5, but you're a bit better, and I think that's why it's even. Because if you don't know, back in Street Fighter 5, this matchup was, I think, in Chun-Li's favor. The trick was that you were a very hit and run character with her, and it was super annoying. In this game, you can actually play neutral a bit better now. So I think that with you being able to have the range against her, I think it helps out. Of course, she can go over your firewall with, please, forward heavy kick and a Zangief. However, if you play more so like this, poking, keeping out, and unorthodox type of style with Juri, I think it helps out. You can also still play solid, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think you know, it's not as like bad as in 5, but 5 wasn't really a bad matchup. More so, it was more so just very annoying, and I think this one's like a slight annoyance. So, you know, try and mix up your approaches on Chun-Li. Guile, so funny enough, right? I watch shout out to Nokadu, right? Shout out to Nokadu, go follow, check him out on Twitter, YouTube, all that stuff. I watch his YouTube, and chat, you guys can get mad at this, but he says Juri is even. Now, this matchup and another one I'm gonna talk about having me so flip-floppity about this, because if you guys don't know my track record against Guile, it's surprisingly not bad. Beaten Kaba, beaten Nokadu, and I've lost to them. So it's such a, I feel so like iffy about this matchup. I don't know where to put him. I probably will put him at even for now, only because if you do, because this is the ultimate matchup in my opinion of Juri when it comes to patience. This matchup, you generally have to develop patience, and most of the time, most people can't develop that. That's the thing against Guile. That's why Guile is still one of the best characters, because if you develop a high level of patience and understanding against them, then it will help you out in the long run. Kimberly, I genuinely think I think this is probably, I'll put 6-4. I'll put 6-4 only because Kimberly, what did she do against my fireball? I don't know what. Kimberly doesn't really have like much anti-fireball stuff. I mean, she can teleport, but she has to like gamble with it. You have to gamble to try and avoid fireballs, and you know, try and check drive rush, but it's really hard. She's really a snowball character, and against Juri, you can mix up how you want to do on defense because you can like EXDP, jump, backdash, dive kick. You can do a number of stuff. So I think that you know, this matchup's not too particularly fond of Kimberly. I mean, I've played against the best, and you know, it's super annoying. I think Ken is 5-5. I think it's not too bad, despite, you know, him able to punish medium store. As long as you do it at good range, you can be able to punish it as much. And you know, he can punish fireballs just like how Ryu can with Tatsu. But I think that most Juri players kind of chill on that. They don't want to do it too much. You can fight him in drive rush because, you know, these Juri and Ken are known for drive rushing, so I think you can fight them. Your pokes are pretty good overall, not too bad. You can deal with fireballs a little bit, but because he has slow fireball, because he can drive rush with it, it's very annoying to store. So I would highly not recommend storing as much. Try and mix in parries, because then if you mix in a parry, you see him drive rush, you can EXDP. Despite, you know, people probably getting destroyed by 2000 Kens, you know, I think it's not too bad. Blanka, I think Blanka's 5-5. I've played with Mena, and I've played with Flash Metroid a good amount, and I think this matchup's not too bad. I'm debating about putting it in 4.5 sometimes, only because some like Flash told me like a few ways to deal with. He can deal Blanka can deal with Juri's fireball, so it's pretty annoying not being able to use that sometimes. However, I think that the neutral side of it and the buttons aren't too bad. I think he's more of a counter poker against Juri, because when you do stores, he can stand or crouch jab into Blanka ball, so he can punish those. But I think he's more so just like, he sees you press buttons, he's trying to whiff punish you or something like that. And I think what is it? His buttons are very good, and it's very annoying. And then especially if he gets started, he's definitely one of the biggest snowball characters out there. So I generally think that if Blanka gets started, it's pretty annoying, but also I think if Juri gets started, vice versa. However, he has more options, defensive options against that stuff. So I think it's not too bad. Also, Juri can beat some stuff like Blanka ball, the rainbow ball, stuff like that. So I think it's overall not too bad, in my opinion. Dhalsim, I don't care who it is. Right now, that matchup is like 6-4 easily. Because Dhalsim kind of, unless he has like a good flow going, he kind of has to play Juri's game. I'm not even gonna lie. If I thought EX Fireball, Dhalsim's freak out. I think just she's definitely like a rushdown character in this matchup, and they definitely would get annoyed by that. Honda, I actually think Honda is a good matchup. I just know Honda players are stupid. But she has ways to deal with headbutt. She can deal with butt slam pretty good, you know, because she can. Everyone can dash under it. Everyone can drive impact it, but she actually has an air throw. So a pro tip is that if any of your characters have an air throw, for example, Chun, Guile, Blanka, JP, all of them, if you have an air throw, if you neutral jump air throw, it actually can beat it out. So I think that it's pretty annoying for Hana to not to be able to do those moves, especially like the iconic moves that he's made happen and everything. I think that's pretty annoying, and also I think my buttons are just better in neutral. However, you know, most Hondas, they don't care about buttons, they just headbutt. So, you know, it's pretty annoying when they do that, but overall I think it's not too bad. So, all right, DJ is definitely a bad matchup. DJ is definitely a bad matchup, only because you legitimately, like, with a lot of these characters, when it comes to storing in neutral, you're able to do it a good amount. However, with DJ, I just can't really do much. I can't store medium store no matter what. Like, legitimately, like some of these characters, like if it's spaced out, they can't punish me, or you know, if it's like stuff like that, if it's poorly spaced out, you know, I just can't I can't do it, right? Because they have 6 frames medium, something like that, punish me. I'm like, all right, cool, that's understandable, poorly spaced. With this character, with DJ, if I medium store ever on block, he just up kicks and I can't do anything about it. It doesn't matter. And then also, if the DJ player is just kind of crouch blocking and you want to try and get started with fireball, he just EX soul bots through. No, nothing else different. So he can deal with my fireball very easily. And also, I think his buttons are pretty good. Dive kick doesn't really help you because he can up kick again. So his punish game against Juri is just very strong. But it's not like, you know, it's not like the worst thing ever. I think you can fight him in neutral, but the fact that you can't medium store ever, no matter what string, whatever, because if he's holding down back, he just medium or heavy up kicks, and it's kind of like, yeah, you just took that. Manon, I put her 6-4. I think her not having any anti-fireball stuff, unless it's a genuine call out, is kind of rough for her. But her buttons are not too bad to deal with Juri. However, Juri's drive rush and her fireball being together is definitely very annoying for Manon. She can fight me a bit in neutral. However, you know, if I get a whiff punish, it's kind of like corner carry. You gotta kind of guess versus her taking something and I can just chill. The amount of times Manon spinning has worked is like 1 or 2 out of 10. Idom has tried it. Joey has tried it. Like, they've all tried it. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Most of the time it doesn't. Marisa, I think Marisa definitely was the Juri. I put her here. Oh, she's very annoyed by lows. And just so happened that Juri has some of the best lows in the game, aka low forward, fireball. Fireball is actually a low. So, you know, you actually have to keep in mind of her toes with that. Definitely annoying for Marisa to just try and stop those things by like trying to super punch, something like that. But then that's when the Juri is like, all right, I know you're gonna do this. This is your only answer, so I'm gonna just, you know, stop that. JP, you know, I'm pretty sure I had this character like in the beginning of Street Fighter 6. Like, it was a good match for Juri because she's very like drive rush down heavy. And then this character became a true menace, and now I have him at 5-5. Like, this character definitely grinds my gears super hard, but I think this matchup, you can fight him as long as you remain a good amount patient. It is hard to, like, if a JP player got a good rhythm, I think it's very annoying. If you can understand the rhythm and understand where you could you know, throw fireballs, drive rush, stuff like that, I think it's okay. I've played a lot against like Brian F, Prophet, Masoma, Fluxways. I've played against a lot of JP. I think it's an okay matchup. You can throw out EX fireballs and everything, just keep in mind of, like, you know, of what he's doing. But OD Amnesia needs to go. I need that thing toned down. Geef, I think this matchup is definitely in Juri's favor. I think that it's pretty annoying for Geef to deal with. I actually probably put him right here, maybe. I genuinely think that it's kind of annoying for him to deal with fireballs. Her buttons are very good, but I think he can fight her a bit. I think he can fight her a little bit. You know, he has some buttons to negate her stuff. So, like, he has Stand Fierce armor to negate. You know, like probably like awkward like heavy button or something like that, and punch me, I think. So I think it's not too bad for Geef. I think it's not too bad for him. His buttons are not too bad, but I think it's still like a good Juri favorite matchup. Lily, you know, I've only played, the only good Lilies I've played is someone people called I Overthink and El Chicote. Those are the only Lilies I ever played, whether it's tournament or casuals. So it's hard to figure out this matchup because I don't have much experience. But I'll probably put her, I kind of want to put her right here, only because I don't know. Actually, no. I'm putting her right here. I can't. It's hard for me to say, like, does she slightly win or she just generally wins? But unless the Lily player has a stock, I think it's just good and for Juri in general. I mean, she has the buttons. I mean, Lily has buttons that have no hurt box, and it's with the little sticks or whatever. But I generally think that it's not really a crazy problem for Juri. You gotta rush her down. I mean, if she has stock and she EX Condor spirals, you know, of course you can't do anything. But without a reversal, keep in mind, like, you ever notice about the characters that Juri beats, most of them have reversals. It's kind of rough. And these last two characters I think are 5-5. Yeah, I think Cammy, only because she doesn't answer for fireball, of course. Die kick is annoying, however Juri does have her DP for that, and I think it's not too bad. Other than that, there's not much to talk about with Cammy. Cammy's simple bread and butter. Now Rashid, I'm not sure if I did the last one with Rashid, but I think he's a pretty strong, or he's a pretty solid counter pick against Juri because he has a lot of good answers against fireball. I think the main thing that may, if anything, you could put slight edge to Juri is that Rashid's anti-airs are not quite good unless you burn meter. Because there's been times where I've literally jumped over Rashid's. They do heavy mixer and my button just beats it. Heavy mixer not being reliable like that is very annoying. I mean, you have air throw and parry, but I'd rather you have a good muscle memory of doing an anti-air that's very solid than rely on like anti-air parry, all of a sudden an empty jump now, punish, counter throw. Yeah, this is what I think of Juri's matchups. I probably you could probably move some here, probably someone put like Guile down here or Chun-Li or whatever, It's all up to you, personal preference, of course. But yeah, on YouTube, if you like this, let me know. This is currently the kind of like the fall version until Aki comes out of my matchup list of Juri. So let me know if you guys think otherwise. But other than that, make sure to subscribe, like the video, tell me what you think. What's your matchup list for Juri? And let me know if you agree or disagree. Until then, I'll see you guys later. And hit Jesus if you like feet. Don't touch feet. You're weird.